In the world of luxury fashion, few names dominate like Louis Vuitton, a century-old empire built on craftsmanship, heritage, and a monogram so iconic it practically prints money. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, a rebellious, skate-born New York brand named Supreme, fearlessly redefining street culture, hype, and youth identity. Two worlds that should have never crossed. But when they did, it sparked one of the most legendary and chaotic trademark wars in fashion history. A clash that exposed the power of branding, the limits of IP protection, and the rise of a new kind of cultural influence. This is the story of Louis Vuitton versus Supreme, the trademark battle that shook the fashion world. Louis Vuitton has guarded its monogram like a crown jewel. The LV pattern is not just a design, it is one of the most legally defended trademarks on earth. For decades, the brand has gone after counterfeiters, imitators, artists, and even small businesses who dared to print anything remotely resembling the double-letter emblem. To Louis Vuitton, the monogram is sacred. It represents luxury, exclusivity, and a promise that their products belong to a rarefied world. A world carefully curated, intentionally protected. And then, along came a young, bold streetwear label that didn't play by fashion's rules. Supreme started as a counterculture skate shop in downtown New York, but what made it iconic wasn't just clothing, it was attitude. Minimalist red box logo, limited drops, a cult-like following willing to camp overnight on sidewalks, a resale market that turned hoodies into investments. Supreme wasn't trying to be luxury, it simply became luxury through scarcity and hype. And while traditional brands hired models and launched glossy campaigns, Supreme relied on authenticity, youth rebellion, and internet virality. To the new generation, Supreme was what Louis Vuitton once was, a status symbol. In the year 2000, Supreme released a collection featuring a parody of the Louis Vuitton monogram. The LV pattern, remixed with Supreme's design language. But where fans saw creativity, Louis Vuitton saw a direct trademark violation. And in true LV fashion, they didn't just send a stern letter. They sent a cease and desist demanding Supreme pull all products within 48 hours. Supreme, still small at the time, had no ability to fight a billion-dollar luxury giant. The collection was pulled. The items became rare collector's pieces, and the tension between the two brands quietly simmered for over a decade. Little did they know that this was only the beginning. Fast forward to the 2010s, Supreme has exploded, lines wrapping around blocks, collaborations selling out in seconds. Their brand is now so influential that even luxury houses start taking notes. And then, in a twist nobody predicted, Louis Vuitton and Supreme announced a joint collaboration. The same brand that once banned Supreme's designs was now partnering with them on one of the most hyped collections in fashion history. It broke the internet. People fainted in line. Pop-up stores were mobbed. The resale market hit numbers comparable to fine art. What began as a trademark battle turned into a billion-dollar alliance. But the legal drama didn't disappear. Behind the scenes, the partnership exposed a deeper truth. Supreme's early monogram parody lived in a gray zone between trademark infringement, parody protection, transformative cultural expression. Louis Vuitton's original legal stance was simple. Your parody dilutes our brand. But Supreme's defense, years later, could be summarized as, we didn't dilute your brand. Young people learned about Louis Vuitton because of us. It became a rare moment when a streetwear label held as much cultural capital, if not more, than a global luxury empire. After becoming a global phenomenon, Supreme began aggressively defending its own trademark, just like Louis Vuitton did decades earlier. In Italy, China, and Spain, fake Supreme stores popped up, selling products under the name Supreme Italia. Suddenly, Supreme was in Louis Vuitton's old position, filing lawsuits, issuing cease and desists, and defending their red box logo across continents. The irony was poetic. The once rebellious brand now stood as the establishment. Louis Vuitton versus Supreme wasn't just a lawsuit, it was a cultural collision that reshaped modern fashion, proving that luxury can be born from rebellion, Streetwear can rival heritage, and trademarks, once tools of protection, can also become weapons of power, control, and influence. This battle marked the moment when street fashion became high fashion, and high fashion finally embraced the streets. This is Patent Profiler, decoding the legal battles that shape culture, creativity, and the brands we live with every day.